The story of the birth of defiance. The tale begins in a world where mortals live under the watchful gaze of the gods. Among them is Lysandra, a mortal queen renowned for her wisdom and unparalleled skill in battle. She is as fierce as she is beautiful, commanding the loyalty of her people and the respect of her enemies. Her life takes an unexpected turn when she crosses paths with Hades, the god of the underworld. Hades, often misunderstood and shunned by the other gods, finds solace in Lysandra's presence. What begins as a chance encounter turns into a deep and forbidden love. They meet in secret, under the veil of night, far from the prying eyes of Mount Olympus. Their union is not just one of passion but also of rebellion, a defiance against Zeus's tyrannical decree that forbids relationships between gods and mortals. But secrets cannot remain hidden from the all-seeing eyes of Zeus. One fateful day, the skies darken as the thunder god descends upon Lysandra's kingdom. His wrath is merciless, and his power unmatched. The heavens erupt with fire and lightning, consuming the palace and all within it. Screams echo through the chaos as the once thriving kingdom is reduced to ashes. In the heart of the destruction, Hades appears, cloaked in shadow. With his powers, he rescues Lysandra from the brink of death. She clutches a newborn in her arms, Kael, the child born of their forbidden love. Hades offers to take them both to the underworld, where they can remain safe from Zeus's fury. But Lysandra refuses. She knows the mortal world is fraught with danger, but it is where Kael belongs. She insists that their son be raised among mortals, far from the reach of the gods. With a heavy heart, Hades agrees, knowing he must return to the underworld to maintain the balance of life and death. Lysandra and Kael live in hiding, moving from one remote village to another. As Kael grows, Lysandra trains him in the art of combat. She teaches him not only how to wield a sword but also the harsh truths of the world they live in. She tells him stories of the gods' cruelty, ensuring he understands the price of defiance. Kael, though young, absorbs her lessons, his admiration for his mother growing with each passing day. Their peace is shattered when Zeus sends his demigod hunters to track them down. The hunters, imbued with divine powers, are relentless in their pursuit. One fateful night, they find Lysandra and Kael. In a desperate bid to protect her son, Lysandra faces the hunters alone. Kael, hidden in the shadows, watches in horror as his mother fights with unmatched ferocity. Though she fells several of the hunters, their numbers overwhelm her. In a final act of love, Lysandra sacrifices herself, creating a fiery barrier that allows Kael to escape. Her last words to him are a plea to survive and fight for a world free from the gods' tyranny. Kael runs, tears streaming down his face, his heart heavy with grief. From that day on, he vows to avenge his mother and free mortals from the gods' oppression. The seeds of vengeance have been planted, and the journey of defiance has begun. Follow up and subscribe for the blood of the word. Part 2.